Jaden Reed and cornerback Nate Hobbs were the only two players who fully did not participate in practice, while Dontavian Wicks, Elton Jenkins, and the newest Packer, Micah Parsons, participated in a limited capacity. Keep it locked right here as ESPN Wisconsin is the place for all things green and gold all season long. Out in Milwaukee, Bryce Terang and Freddie Peralta were named National League Player and Pitchers of the Month, respectively, for August. The Crew resumes its series with the Phillies tonight. First pitch from Jose Quintana is scheduled for 6:40 p.m. Central, with pregame coverage beginning at 6:05 right here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
We're learning a lot about each other.
We got Homer, Matt Hamilton.
Yeah.
We have
Pessimist Molly.
No. Realist.
and then Contrarian.
Total. Yeah.
Jim Rutledge here.
It's Murr.
I'm the flower, Mr.
Mister
What is that called? He made chicken soup out of chicken poop? No? What is it?
Chicken
What?
salad out of chicken.
Yeah. Chicken soup out of chicken poop sounds better.
Like, I'm not going to get on a radio show and talk about it.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And
that's crush a Coors Light.
I'm Jim Rutledge. I have the power. I'm probably the only person in Wisconsin who doesn't love the current view behind me, which is of Lambeau Field, and to my left, the Don Hudson Center. We got Molly Brown and Matt Hamilton. They are in the Everlight Solar Studio, along with Primetime Wollershawn. You can stream us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream and the ESPN Wisconsin app. And you can get into the show on the Carl Bostalkin text line, 844-770-3776. This is more. And, look, I've been spending my time up here, Matt and Molly, and I do have to – I'm not going to give the name out because no free advertising, but we're up on Stadium Drive, and there was a little diner across the street. And I will say I went to a non-chain place here in Green Bay.
Wow.
And it was pretty dang good.
Surprise!
I am shocked. It's Green Bay and Wisconsin in general, not known for their culinary expertise, but this was good.
to me.
I feel like Matt has some words to say about that, but
Yeah, I mean,
save for another day.
yeah.
Yeah, but like as a whole, we don't have to argue. Nobody's calling the state of Wisconsin a top 25 place eat in the world, right?
To eat? Yeah, that's
It's got
probably
good
right.
places. It's got good.
I don't
food.
know about in the world. You're right. In the United States, I think it's in the top half.
But it's closer to the middle there.
Yeah, you're right. I'll give you that.
What is the number? What is the number for in America?
There's
is
50
that?
states, right? So it'd be top half.
Oh, okay. You're saying by
The
state.
United
Okay.
States of America.
I take that
Molly,
back.
is what,
I sounded like
right.
an idiot. I take it back. Okay. I was thinking like top cities. Are we talking like 100 top cities? But then I'm like, wait, no.
Cities would be tougher. It might
Yeah.
be down lower, but it's still probably somewhere.
Probably in the
but
top 100, but it's probably right around 40, 50.
All that being said, I am up here. I'm going to be going out to dinner with some advertising partners. So if people have a suggestion for me, chime in 844-770-3776 of where I should take. They're from Tennessee. Two people from Tennessee who are football fans and not Packer fans specifically. They're up here for some golf. Where I should take them to best represent the city of Green Bay. I'm not paying for it, so give me.
So you'll spend your money at Lambeau. There's plenty of restaurants there at Lambeau, right?
Yes, it won't be my money, but yes, I'm gonna. This has all been expense, so give me the best representation. Don't short on the recommendation. Don't worry about the budget on it. No budget.
So if they're from Tennessee, do you try to give them the home environment, go out get some barbecue in Green Bay?
No. Here's
No,
the thing,
never.
you're not
We're trying to
you're
make
not
it feel
going to
like
get
you're
a
at home.
Nashville hot chicken better than they're getting down in Nashville.
How do you know?
Do Nashville hot chickens come from Nashville?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Also,
Well, why would
yeah,
they?
Matt, let me ask
I
you
don't
this.
know. It could just be a name. Ryan. Napoleon
Well, like-
Dynamite. My God.
Well, look, there's a good reason I had to go Napoleon Dynamite today, where I have my shirt tucked into my jeans.
You got
It's
some tots in your pocket? My
No,
God.
it's because I was wearing our new Iron Jock quarter zips with our cool Jim, Matt, and Molly logo on them. But unfortunately, as soon as we got on our pre-show meeting call, I noticed that Jim was wearing the identical quarter zip. So I immediately had to take that off.
Can you just back up and show us your waistline with your belt?
Ooh.
And your jeans?
Saucy
Keep going.
in the Everline
Keep
Solar
going.
Studio.
Get
You know,
back.
Molly, you
Give
know,
us a
you
show.
know, Molly,
That's a good look.
Back.
It's my first
Go
day
back
back.
out.
It's my
Can
first
you
day
give us
back
the-
after a long weekend. I think this is. I'm feeling a little uncomfortable.
Come on, Ryan.
Can you give us the Napoleon? No, give us the Napoleon Dynamite dance too. Like,
I don't know that dance. What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Now you can see
there you go.
Ryan.
There it is.
Yeah. You can see Ryan on the stream
Give me some
dancing like
tots.
Napoleon.
Dance, producer.
Yeah.
Dance. Dance for me, producer.
Tina, eat the food.
Gee, fat lord.
So where are you taking your friends out to dinner there, Jim?
So, Matt, let me ask you this. I don't know, so people got to give me some options here. But when I go somewhere, I want to find the local cuisine. Mm-hmm. I don't know
sure.
what local cuisine is for. I mean, I guess steak, like what it is here in Green Bay.
Yeah, some place that has cheese curds would be good. I mean, local Wisconsin cuisine, I mean, outside of like grilled brats and cheese curds and stuff, it's pretty. I don't know if it has like its own cuisine. You know what I mean? Like,
That's what I was trying to get. I'm not even taking a shot. I was just like, I don't know what would be like, they got to have this. Like an old fashioned.
yeah, like
Yeah,
d-
some
but you
cheese
can get that a
curds.
lot of places. So like, yeah, I mean,
They
go
are
to-
different here. I did have some friends from Oklahoma come up, and they didn't know Wisconsin old fashioned, and so like
Right.
that was a little because the brandy was new to like brandy is not basically I would say Wisconsin's essentially the only place that serves it with brandy,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so
Normally
like
it's
that
made
would be a
with
little
whiskey.
different. Yeah, so that would be another little twist there.
Burgers. You got to think cheese. Like I like the cheese curds.
That's kind of like for me when I think Wisconsin cuisine, I think like grilled, something
Yeah.
grilled. So that's more of something you would do at like if you were having them over, you could grill some brats or burgers or.
I mean, I could
Make
I mean,
an old
There's probably a
fashioned.
grill here. I don't know.
you have a whole house, Jim. Just have
I
them
do
come
have
there.
a whole house to myself here. I would say with this, I wonder if there's. I think in this case, I might lean to the ambiance
yeah.
of hey, you're in Green Bay. Let's try to be as close to or in Lambeau Field. Molly said, like I think that might be the way to go on it because there's going to be places that serve good food instead of trying to find something that's like Wisconsin. I might just lean into the ambiance.
That's a good call. That's a good call. I feel like it's probably gone now. Like a decade ago, I went to a steakhouse in Green Bay and it was awesome. That would definitely be where I would go now that I could afford the steak that I was thinking about buying when I was a kid.
Christian Manitowoc Waters chimes in and says, Jim, be honest, which stadium is better looking, Lambeau Field or Soldier Field? Be honest. Yeah, no, they ruined Soldier Field. But I was telling Molly this because we're going to the game on Monday. The view from inside Soldier Field is still pretty elite. And it does, I think, honestly, inside Soldier Field is a better ambiance viewing experience because you get the lake behind you. Good or bad for Lambeau Field,
see it?
are
If you're in the stadium?
Yes. Maybe not in the lower bowl, but in the upper bowl you definitely do. And when you walk around, you can see it, obviously, throughout the stadium. Lambeau Field, good or bad, you are engulfed in fans. But Lambeau Field from the outside and the remodel and everything they did that 10 times better than the Bears of Soldier Field, which is why the Bears are going to have to build a brand new stadium because they screwed that up. But when you're in Soldier Field and you look out at the lake, or you get that lake breeze, or when you walk around and you're down there, that's pretty great. But yeah, no, the Bears ruined Soldier Field.
I've never
doubt.
gone to Soldier Field. Like Jim said, we're going on Monday, which I'm super excited about because I feel like you see it on TV and you see the skyline behind it and you're like, oh my God, this is gorgeous. But there is something to be said about the way that Lambeau, when you're driving in on 41, it just kind of comes out of nowhere. And then when you're driving like near the stadium, it's literally just surrounded by homes.
It's all like Green Bay to me.
There's something about it that I love. I love the look of Lambeau. I think it's beautiful.
I agree.
It's unique. There's a lot of stadiums that have that. Like when you drive down Lakeshore Drive and Soldier Field appears, you're going to have something similar. But obviously you don't have the house part around it. That's unique. But Camp Randall has that. In the NFL, Camp Randall has that. Where the Orange Bowl where Miami used to play had that. That was very much in the neighborhood. Wrigley has that. But in the NFL, I'm guessing Green Bay is probably one of the last places that truly have it in a neighborhood, which is definitely unique.
Yeah, no.
No, Lambeau Field should be on any sports fan's bucket list without a doubt. I do not want to start that fight today.
Your point is a valid one, Jim.
Rob and Madison, no, I'm not going to go anywhere where I can snap beans. And then...
How did that even get brought up? Just because of food?
To eat, yeah.
Okay.
Places to eat. I don't think they serve food there besides beans.
Good chicken wings.
Okay.
Do you know that from Well, you...
Thanks, Ryan.
Okay, I don't want to talk about your chicken wing
How's
eating
the
habits
buffet?
in a place like that.
How's the asparagus?
It's great on a Tuesday morning.
Ryan, do we not remember that Ryan literally eats his chicken wings with a fork?
I did not remember that.
That is weird.
Come
Jim
on,
was
you
not
guys.
here for that conversation.
I have this in my head every time that I eat chicken wings. I literally just picture Ryan taking the fork and going down the bone.
It makes me think of the
That's so gross.
the Seinfeld episode. How do you eat your chicken wings? With your hands?
Ryan hates me today. You're just sorry.
Because you hate everything about the way I eat anything.
I didn't even realize
Fish,
that. I didn't
chicken
even-
Well,
wings.
Same with Wildy.
He hates the way you're
Every
dressed
single-
right now.
Everything.
I love Ryan though, but I apparently
yeah.
hate everything about him. Savage.
It's very much similar to Wildy. As far as you get very upset with how he eats as well.
Well, he just doesn't like I said. He literally has the taste buds of my toddler, and that's what it is. He doesn't like onion. He doesn't like probably vegetables. He doesn't like some nice sauce. I said my kid loves sauce. Big ranch fan, but bleh, boring.
Okay, I thought originally this obviously is coming from his take on never having a Big Mac because he doesn't like the ingredients or something.
Burgers.
No, he just doesn't like ingredients in general. I've ordered food for Jason Wilde at various events, and it's absolutely no onions on it.
That's a bad take. Onions are delicious.
Facts.
Yep, they are flavorful for sure. They're definitely a pick. Well, no, it's like a pick or choose for me. I have to decide, do I want onions? I don't need to have onions on everything, but I do think onions are good, but I want to make a decision on it. I don't want to be surprised by onions.
Mm-hmm. I'm with
But
you.
to be fair, the onions on the Big Mac are onions in name only.
What?
I'll tell you from experience, yes, they say onions, but you reach your hand into a bucket full of onions that are
Rehydrated
this,
onion.
Yeah, and they're the size of
What?
I don't even know.
That's what it is?
I'm assuming. I'm just guessing. Yeah. You could store more onion if you chop them all up and dehydrate them.
Yeah, and then they're in a it's in a
or freeze dry
water. Yeah, but then they're
put 'em
soaking in water.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you take them out and you just throw them on. It'd be like giant peppers. You just throw them on the sandwich.
Whatever. You're eating McDonald's. You're not going there for the culinary.
That's why I said they're
expertise
in
or the health of
nutritional
it.
value.
Yeah.
That's why I said they're in name only. Weirdly though, you can, and people at McDonald's hate me. They do have onions for the the quarter pounder with cheese.
Yeah, see that's my order.
You can have them saute them. You can throw them, and we used to have to do that. So you'd throw them, and you could cook up the onions.
Wow.
Yeah, fried onions there because when you worked there, when I was in high school, you came up with a lot of different ways to make the food at McDonald's
better.
Pretty good. You can make your own. Yeah, you can make your own sandwich. You didn't have to follow the recipe. You'd be like, all right, let's give this a try. Let's give that a try. And you just take a crack at making sandwiches a million different ways.
Oh, I would put Big Mac sauce on everything.
My sister worked there, and she told me what you do is you order the fries without salt.
Yep.
Because then they make them fresh for you, and then you have them add salt after they're done.
I've seen that on TikTok.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's how you get fresh fries.
Christian Manitowish Water says, I thought the only restaurant in Green Bay was Applebee's. I know. I don't know if I should go to Applebee's east or west. That's why I'm asking. I don't know of anywhere to eat up here.
I don't think Applebee's
I have
exists
a
in the
suggestion,
world.
but I don't want to
Well, you can send it off
free
air.
advertising. Yeah, I'll send it
there
off
was
air
a
too.
brewery that was mentioned to me. Obviously, I do think Wisconsin, and obviously we love our Coors Light. Wisconsin is known for their beer, so that could be an option as well. So, throw some options out. I'll pick one, and we'll see. We'll see how the food is. But I would definitely put Milwaukee/Madison way far ahead of Green Bay as far as cuisine in the state. But there's probably some places to eat up here.
Yeah,
Jason talks about some pizza place. You should text him and ask him. He talks about
It's a business dinner. I'm not going to take him out for pizza.
I guess.
We want to come over and have a pizza party?
Where you eat
Put
your
our
pizza
pajamas
with
on
your
and
hands?
Imagine you just like get a fork and a knife out.
Fork and knife. Tuck the bib into your shirt.
Yeah.
That's how it was made to be ate.
What'd you say?
That's how it was
What's
made.
that?
You probably do eat it like that. So like, let's just not even.
He tucks his pants into his socks, tucks his shirt into his jeans.
And I put my bib on.
Shirts into the boxers
tucks his
for
bib
sure.
into tucks his bib into the shirt.
Slurps his straw probably too.
We were doing fine until just that, Molly. Yeah, really, until you just gotta go sound effects.
Ryan hates me.
Yeah.
So the Packers play football not that far away from where I'm sitting, and they play on Sunday afternoon. Micah Parsons probably plays. I don't know if Jaden Reed and Nate Hobbs are going to play. We can talk about that a little bit later. They both missed practice today. Jaden Reed, honestly, if I'm betting, I don't think he plays half the games. Again, not the full topic right now. He's got a pretty serious injury that he basically shopped around medical opinions for someone to tell him, like, you can play through it. And so I don't know if that lends itself to playing a whole season. Nate Hobbs, I'm sure he'll be fine after a couple games, but he had that surgery, a little cleanup surgery. But with the addition of Micah Parsons, The Athletic asked some bunch of NFL coaches, GMs, about who the top teams in the NFC are. I've seen multiple different power rankings coming out. And universally, it looks like the Packers are squarely number 2 behind Philadelphia as far as the best team in the NFC. So it made me think about the Detroit Lions, who, do we all agree with this statement? If they did not lose Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, they would be considered the Super Bowl favorites, probably in front of Philadelphia, but definitely in front of Green Bay, even with Micah Parsons. If they still had their 2 coordinators, they're clearly in front of Green Bay as far as pick to win the division.
I still think they're 2. You got to give.
I was gonna say, why would
you got to
they
give the nod to Philly as the defending champs?
But you put them in front of Green Bay?
Yeah.
Yeah, if they had their coordinators.
Because they're bringing back a lot of players.
Their team feels like it's basically the same.
Yeah.
Other than their coordinators. But if you,
Yes.
like you said, if the coordinators were there, yeah.
And I'm sure they've added some rookies they're excited about. And we're going to talk to Shea Norling a little bit in a little bit. He's from ESPN Chicago,
Isaac
but
Tesla.
he's a big he's from Detroit. He's a Lions fan, so he can kind of give us our insight, kind of wrapping up our fan outsider thing. But I wanted to ask this. 844-770-3776. That's the Carbs Talking text line. List is more. Our Siding Unlimited poll question I want to start with is, what's a more accurate statement? The Lions are the Packers' peers, or the Packers are better than the Lions?
Interesting.
So peers or better?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll hit that on
Okay.
the other side. If you're looking for some custom jewelry from a family-owned jewelry store and you want someone that's locally owned, Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and Middleton is the place to go. Get yourself a nice ball watch. I was talking to Garrett over there. They are really acquiring a lot of second, aftermarket Rolexes, ones, traded in Rolexes. They send them out. They get fixed by Rolex. You're still getting them for a better value than buying them brand new.
Well, and
There's
you
a
have
large-
to wait like 6 months to get them brand new. There's like a wait list for a Rolex.
And there is a whole selection at Chalmers Jewelers, and they will buy your old Rolex as well. So check out Chalmers Jewelers if you're interested in a Rolex or obviously custom jewelry. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Double order!
Burgers.
This is Martin Sedzaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
I was really anxious about college and felt overwhelmed at choosing one, but I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. One tour of Madison College campus was all it took. The campus environment is amazing, so welcoming and friendly, and everyone is really supportive. My advice? See this campus for yourself. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
At Siding Unlimited, we're really excited for the fall season. Not only are we proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, we are also fired up for an exciting fall season cheering on football and volleyball. If that's not enough, we're really excited to share with you that Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's best window and door installation team. Siding Unlimited is a Pella Platinum Premier National Contractor of the Year award winner 5 times. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
Looking for the perfect pizza meal just for you? Introducing Pizza Hut's new personal pizzas, the Crafted Flats. 5 bold, hand-stretched personal pizza recipes. 3 cheese, pepperoni duo, the ultimate, and for a limited time, Nashville hot chicken and chicken bacon ranch. All just $5 each, all day. The perfect pizza deal for lunch, dinner, or on game days. Order your $5 Crafted Flats at one of their locations or online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. American Family Insurance can help protect your dream home for whatever comes next. You can live in your own oasis or your own clubhouse. Whatever you choose, get the right coverage. Save up to 23% by bundling home and auto. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You're back at the gym. Your new gym outfit? On point. Your new sneakers? Baller. You've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee-free with no minimum balance requirements. So when you take your first yoga class in 10 months, your body might surprise you, but your checking account won't. You've got this with Access Checking from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Sunny weather, and I hate the beach and mountains too. Boo-hoo. And I don't like a thing about the city. No.
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues. Matt Hamilton has got to be the only one who knows this song. Matt, do you know this name of the song and the band? And I'm not saying you would, but you're the only one that's got a chance.
Gotta listen for a second. No, I don't got it. Is it a Detroit band?
Oh, God.
No. And Molly, I accidentally sent Molly the text instead of Ryan because I said that Everything About You is the name of the song.
Okay.
And it is by Ugly Kid Joe.
No, wasn't.
They were kind of on the crossover of 80s to grunge because it's a little grungy, a little bit 80s. They had like 2 or 3 songs. This was their main one, like kind of one-hit wonders. But the video for this featured, do you guys remember Pat from Saturday Night Live?
Yes.
It was a kid.
No.
So I'm not going to describe Pat. You just have to look that up yourself. But Pat from SNL is the open for the video for this, too. So it was a very cultural moment.
Oh, yeah.
She's, they come on and say, are you the guys on the beach that hate everything? And Molly hates everything about Primetime Warsheim. I'm up in the Tundra Trio. Molly Brown, Matt Hamilton in the Everlight Solar Studio with Primetime Warsheim. We did throw out a Siding Unlimited poll question. And the question is, what's a more accurate statement? The Packers are better than the Lions, or they are peers? Right now, 89% of you say that they are peers. Actually, now it's switched to 75% of you. What says you two?
I say peers, and honestly, I'm kind of in the boat. Until the Packers prove me otherwise, I think that they have to remain behind them. Adding Micah Parsons makes this team a lot better. Like you were saying yesterday, all day, he's a multiplier without a doubt. But we haven't seen how he's going to be implemented or what he's going to be able to do and how he disrupts an offense. Time's going to tell whether we're peers or not. I think you could make the argument that the Packers are better, and I could listen to it, but I would say prove it. Go beat the Lions in week 1, and then it's we're peers or we're better. But for right now, I would still give the Lions the nod. I would put the Packers at 3 or 4, depending on how I wanted to rank them against Washington.
I just don't think that the Packers are better than the Lions where they're at right now. Now, I'm curious to see what happens on Sunday, because maybe the Packers will look better. Maybe the Packers will win in that game. Even if they win, I don't know if that necessarily means that they're better.
They're peers, though.
It could mean that they're peers. So I would land more on they are peers with the Detroit Lions. Also because of the reasons that we were just talking about in the last segment, where it's it feels like the Lions have the exact same team as last year, just based, I know they've had a couple different changes and whatnot, and obviously the coordinators are a massive change too for their team, but the Packers, before Micah Parsons, we were talking about all the holes that they still have on this roster, which they do still have holes. It's just he covers up some and can help others, like the cornerbacks. So I feel like I have a lot of questions. I feel like we know who the Lions are, and maybe that's good, maybe that's bad. I guess I'm so curious to see what these two teams look like when they line up against each other on Sunday.
I'll give you a quick rundown of the roster for the Lions. Obviously, Goff at quarterback, Gibbs and Montgomery, the running backs, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Then you have Isaac Tesla, Jameson Williams. Then you have Khalif Raymond as well, Sam Laporta. And then you have, on the offensive line, they lost Frank Ragnow, but they still have Penei Sewell, and they added Tate Ratledge, a second-round pick. So their defense is where I think they're actually going to be better this year. One, Aiden Hutchinson playing the whole year. He would have won Defensive Player of the Year if he didn't get hurt. We're going to assume health, just like I'm going to assume health in any prediction I make. Even though Josh Jacobs is off injured, and usually after a high carry season he has less carries and is injured more often, I'm not going to assume that for the Packers, nor am I going to assume Aiden Hutchinson is not going to be back by the end of the season to full strength when it matters in the playoff time of things. So Hutchinson and then Tyreek Williams, DJ Reader, Marcus Davenport, the linebackers of Anzalone, Campbell, Barnes, Brian Branch in the secondary with Kirby Joseph. DJ Reed is a guy they signed. It's things that fits better. And I will say this, Aaron Glenn is one of those coordinators. When he was talked about, it was not him as a great schematic coordinator. It was him as a leader of men. Well, the Lions don't need that. They have Dan Campbell. Their coordinator that they have kind of groomed to take over for Aaron Glenn is on that roster. So with the addition of a healthy Hutchinson, DJ Reed, who I think fits their cornerback better, and their defensive coordinator, I think they're, just to get Hutchinson back to do it, their defense is going to be better than it was last year, and it was decimated by the time it hit the playoffs. Offensively, I think they'll come back down to earth a little bit, but you could still make a case that the Lions have a better overall defense than the Packers. Also, shout out to everyone who's been shooting in a ton of different recommendations for me to go up in Green Bay, 844-770-3776. Carl was talking text line. List is more. I got some great options from Donald in Parts Unknown and Luke in Middleton. So thank you. And Adam in Madison.
Shut up.
So, I would give them. So that's kind of where it's tough. The only part that I have confidence that you could say the Packers are better, without a doubt, would be at the coordinator position because they've done it. And obviously there's got room to change over time. The Lions guys could prove that they're fully capable and very good, but you got to trust Matt LaFleur calling the offensive plays more than whoever their new guy is. And Halfley showed that even with a offense or a defensive line that couldn't provide pressure with the front four, or at least the pressure he was hoping for, they were still a pretty successful defense that was able to turn the ball over. They were able to like slow the Eagles down in that playoff game where the offense was not able to help and reciprocate the defense's hard work in that one. So that's the only spots that I'm like, I would be like, this is I'm very confident that I could say this without too much rebuttal. But every other position, you can't give it to Jacobs because Jahmyr Gibbs is a freak.
With Montgomery, the combined aspect of it, that's a better 1-2 punch than the Packers have, especially.
For sure. The wide receivers, as much as I like to think Golden's going to be an absolute stud, like Amon-Ra St. Brown is a top 5 wide receiver in the league right now. So you can't really make that argument. I think Tucker Kraft is going to be great, but Laporte has shown he's been able to do more than Tucker Kraft at this point. So, like, you could make the argument, and I would love to listen to it, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's true. So, yeah, as far as, like, basically all the positions, I don't know enough about the offensive lines and defensive lines to really get into the nitty-gritty
You know that
of it.
Sewell's a stud, so like that's going to be important. And you know Hutchinson's a stud, and the Packers have obviously Micah Parsons is a stud. And I don't know if they have any stud. Tom might be by the end of the year at right tackle. I don't know if they have any stud offensive linemen, but he's trending that way.
Banks was paid like one.
Jenkins is really good. Nobody thinks Banks is Banks got paid because there was no guards available.
Right,
so
but I'm saying he got paid like a stud.
Yeah. So, but I would say Elton Jenkins is close. But I would say Zach Tom is probably, if you're going to pick a lineman on the Packers to be considered a stud at the end of the year, you'd probably go Zach Tom at right tackle.
Yeah.
So
even if you're going to go wash at the line, you still lose in the secondary on defense for sure, and you lose at all the skill positions on offense. And when it comes to quarterback, Jordan Love, you might think he's got more potential, but until he proves it, I think you got to give the nod to Goff. So that's kind of where I'm like, they're not peers yet.
So if you had to pick between peers and worse, you would say worse.
I would say, yeah, they're worse.
But that's not the question.
Right.
Are the Packers peers or are they better? 844-770-3776. That's our Saturday Limited poll question. Shea Norling's going to join us next. But Molly, I saw you yawn, so you better go into one of our fridges and go get a Zoa Energy.
Wait, I already drank a Zoa, so I don't think I can do 2 in one day. But if I ever wanted to, yes, I would pick up Zoa. Yes, and Jim, I wish I could have sent some to you back up there in Green Bay. But you guys, in order to get through my busy work days and my busy days and nights at home, and also my kids have been waking up about, 6 times per night. They're only 9 months old, so whatever. But I need more energy, and how
Get
I
it
do
together,
that.
babies.
Yes, exactly. They seem like they've been drinking Zoa too much. But in order to get through my days, I drink Zoa. If you want to pick up some Zoa for yourself, head over to ZoaEnergy.com to find where you can pick some up. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Because I'm out on Kelsey.
Clipped Laporta.
I'm out on Kelsey.
You
I don't like
despise Travis Kelce.
I do.
God, if Jim
his
was
hair,
here,
his last name, everything. He would be like, "What? Him and Taylor Swift are great."
if Jim was here, he would just be screaming at the both of you. Right
Literally,
now.
Oh my gosh, he would be losing
This
his
isn't even
mind.
a question.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Medicine on YouTube.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
The biggest games,
Back-to-back state championships. Still going, lowers his shoulder into the end zone. Touchdown, Wanakee.
the most compelling stories.
Where are you going to be playing basketball next year?
I'm proud and excited to announce that I'll be going to the University of Charleston.
We are now joined by the Executive Director of the WIAA, Stephanie Hauser.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
When it comes to your health, do you want to buy something online or do you want to meet with someone local? A local doctor with a family-owned business that cares about you. That's right. You want to meet with Nestor Rodriguez and Ashley Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. You have questions about cryotherapy, red light therapy, hormone replacement treatments, GLP-1s, or you just want to have a great workout. Carbon World Health is there for you. They have a new location in Sun Prairie, and they have their original location in Madison. So when it comes to your health, there's nowhere better to go than Carbon World Health in Madison and now in Sun Prairie.
I knew that we were going to be getting engaged soon and needed to do some ring shopping. Heard the radio ads of Chalmers and decided, hey, we should give it a shot at Chalmers.
They were just awesome at accepting us through the door and understanding what she wanted in terms of how she wanted it, and they delivered.
Everybody always is telling me how sparkly my ring is. They tell me that they really like the style of the ring and the setting that it's in. I am ecstatic with it.
Thank you, Chalmers.
Get ready to unleash the dragon at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Introducing the region's very first $1 million Dragon Link slot games. With jackpots soaring to $1 million, your chance to hit it big is here. Come experience the ultimate gaming adventure. Visit Hard Rock Casino Rockford today and play the $1 million Dragon Link slot games. Your legendary win awaits. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's hard rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Looking to transform your home with stylish furniture and home accessories without breaking the bank? At your local IKEA in Oak Creek, they believe everyone deserves a beautiful and affordable living experience that enhances your everyday life. From comfortable and fashionable sofas and sectionals, to kitchens full of inspiration, to bedrooms designed to help you find your best sleep and relaxation, IKEA's home furnishing combines form and function to fit any lifestyle and budget. Visit IKEA Oak Creek today or explore their collection online at ikea.com/US.
Starion Bank redefines local banking in Madison. As a community bank with a commitment to Dane County, experience a banking relationship where your goals are our priority. Enjoy competitive deposit and loan rates and a partnership that thrives on local engagement and support. Starion Bank is more than a full-service financial institution. It's a community pillar dedicated to your prosperity. Visit one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, or Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, offering banking, lending, mortgage, and cash management.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
Look, if you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it? Just let it slip. Yo. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous.
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues live from Green Bay. I'm at the Tundra Trio. I got the Lambeau Field in the background here. Don Hudson Center to my left. Matt Hamilton, Molly Brown back at the Everlight Solar Studio with Prime Time Wollersheim. We are using this music, and I am curious. We need to get Shea's full background here, but we're joined by Shea Norling from ESPN Chicago. He is the executive producer for Cap and J Hood, host on ESPN 1000, and I hear him most often with our friend who we had on earlier in this series, Pat the Designer. But Shea is a Lions fan. It took us some work to find a Lions fan, but we did find a Lions fan that was part of the ESPN Good Karma network here. But Shea, first, thanks for joining the show. Give us a little background on why you're a Lions fan. I can make a guess, and then I want to follow up on Eminem there. But first, thanks for joining the show, and give us a little background.
I grew up there, man. I was born and raised. Frankly, having been in Chicago for 5 years now and working at ESPN Chicago 3 years now, home of the Bears,
yeah,
I'm more a Bears fan than anything else because I just want to root for fun at work and in my life, and that makes my life fun. Like, if they're good, yeah, has it been a baptism by fire, a little introduction to rooting for this team. But
yeah,
no, I grew up there, so I know the team really well, the ins and outs. I still talk to people who are in the area, who are close to the team. So I keep in touch, and it's nice when you go to an NFC North town, you don't have to give up on it too much.
That's very true. I just wanted to ask about the Eminem side of things, though, Matt, beforehand. Like, do you claim Eminem, or is that like, oh, God, it's so played out? Like, I'm just curious as someone who's got the Detroit ties to it. I'm a huge Eminem fan, but, like, I could see people being like, all right, I get it. It had its moment, but I'm out. So I'm curious.
Can it be both?
Sure.
Like, I'll never not claim him. He was his first, whatever many records were incredible. He's one of the greatest lyricists ever. Yeah, but lately it's like, okay, it's okay, dude. You can retire. Like, I remember one of my favorite Eminem moments growing up was, I think it was the Michigan Notre Dame game, the first night game at Michigan Stadium. And for whatever reason, Eminem was in the broadcast booth and he looked high out of his mind. And his head is like going side to side. He had Adam K size. It was so funny. And it was like after that, and then the next few albums were not as great. Yeah. Okay, we've seen enough. Let's find a new Detroit star, can we? This song's great, though.
There's so many good classics out of Detroit, too, with like Motown and funk and even some blues in there. I sent Ryan 3 just absolute gems, probably from like the 60s and 70s, and he didn't even think about them because he had no idea who they were.
None of them
They'd
had any
be over
words.
my head for the most part.
What are you talking about?
But that's classic Matt Hamilton,
Exactly.
though. Like, hey, let me be extra try hard, and like, even though we're doing a radio show for everyone, and Eminem's the epitome of Detroit, let me go like a deep cut. Let me go with like the third track.
Detroit
on, like,
City Blues is a great song, and they talk about Detroit in it.
Well, you could have gone like Detroit Rock City by Kiss.
Yes.
You could have done pretty much anything by the White Stripes, though that is a little bit of a deeper cut. But like, if you're going rap, it's got to be Eminem. I don't think anybody from the city would be like, well, Eminem was cool, but we had Big Sean. You know what I mean? Like that.
I mean, I was like Detroit Breakdown by the Jay Giles Band. Like,
See, again, Mr.
Come
Try
on.
Hard here.
Who
Like,
again? Jay
Lost
Giles
me.
Band?
Yeah.
Matt,
You can't even
we're
find them
doing a
on
radio show
Spotify.
for the masses. We got to pick songs people know on the whole.
Oh, man. You're missing out on some bangers. I do have a quick follow-up question to your little intro there. You're saying that you started becoming a fan of the Bears 3 years ago when you joined ESPN Chicago?
Yeah, I mean, it took part of it is just like, I'm a big believer that if you're going to do this in a market, you have to fully buy into that market.
Yeah,
or
Jim.
It's just not going to work. So
yeah.
I can have
Tell me
my
about
childhood
it.
fandoms, but like, if I'm not going to fully buy in and be a fan of the teams that my listeners care about, then what am I even doing? I'm just posturing. So I have my own fandom, but it's like, I'm a big believer in dive in head first and just take on everything you can. And a part of that was I kind of grew an affinity to this team, even though they stink.
Right. So I basically what I'm getting at is I feel bad for you because you suffered through all the years of the Lions being terrible, and then right as they started to get good, you're like, "See ya, I'm going
Isn't
to
it
the
great?
Bears."
Yeah. How's that?
That is some self-inflicted pain that you're doing right now.
Well, and I also, when I was growing up, we had a bunch of family who was from Boston and lived in the area. So when I was growing up, it was easy to cheat a little bit. Like, I'm actually a Patriots fan. I'm going to root for the Patriots a lot. So it's like I went from success to then, okay, maybe it's time to come home. And then, no, I'll go to the Bears, actually, right as the Lions got really good.
But that is something that's interesting, though, because I feel like on our show recently we've been talking about like the level of fandom. And from the top, we have diehard, then there's casual, then we have bandwagon. As a Lions fan, do you feel like there's a lot more people jumping on the bandwagon? Like, have you seen an influx of that in the last few years?
Of course. Yeah, a bunch of people that never watched the team or cared about the team, or that I would call diehards, are now buying season tickets. That they've branded their lives around them. I was driving on the freeway the other day, and a pickup truck went by me, and this was in Ohio, that had full Lions decals dressed on either side of it. And I'm like, okay, I don't think that existed a few years ago, but good for you. My thing is, I won't blame anybody. The old owner, William Clay Ford, I think put the fan base through hell, refused to seriously spend money, never was interested in the team being any good. He was the NFL local blackout rules back in the day. Half the home games you couldn't see on local television because they wouldn't sell out the arena. I don't blame anybody who now is like, whoa, the Lions are finally good. I want to be a part of this. No, absolutely. Get on the bandwagon. Be a part of it. You should.
I love that you like the bandwagons because we have that conversation here where we're like, do we like having them or do we get annoyed by them? Because I think there's a fine line.
I'm pro bandwagon.
Isn't that the goal of sports? Like, you bring more people under your umbrella. It doesn't need to be like, if you live in, if you live in, I don't know, pick a team that's been terrible lately, say Seattle, and the Seahawks fall off a cliff, and you're suddenly like, you know what, I'm a Lions fan now. That doesn't really work for me. Like, stick with the team that you've grown up with. But if you're somebody who just like checked out for a while and then you're coming back, all good.
Fair.
Talking with Shea Norling, obviously a host on ESPN Chicago, a Lions fan here, and I think just a good outsider perspective is kind of what we're looking for here. And I have gone against the grain of your thoughts there, Shea. I am a Bears fan in the market openly for 17 years, and I just get to be the man that everyone's mad at, which is fine.
I mean, listen, I'll say this. You have two choices in doing what we do. You can either be the heel and just admit that's who you are and own it, or do what I did and totally buy in. But you can't play the middle and be the objective outsider. That'll never work.
And I will say also, I feel like it's easier to go from Lions to Bears than, let's say, I don't know, our other host in Milwaukee, Ben Bruss, going from Bears to Packers, and he lived in Chicago but just didn't want to not be liked, so he just said, all right, I guess I'm a Packers fan now. Like, that to me is a harder that's a harder thing to do, to just be like, screw it, it's just because of that fandom that's tied in there. But
I didn't just wake up one day and go, I'm a Bears fan now. Right, it's accumulated over 4 years of this being the team I watch week in, week out, the team I pay the most attention to. You just naturally gain affinity.
Yeah, that's how it became with the Bucks. Like, I grew up, I love the Bulls, but like I've gone to like 100 Bucks games. So now it's like I'm a Bucks fan. Like, it's just moved because I've gone to so many more games. On the football side of things here, the Lions, we're having this discussion of like, are the Packers now, with the addition of Parsons, are they peers of the Lions? Are they better than the Lions? That's kind of our poll question, is are they peers or are they better than? Because my thought was, if the coordinators are still in Detroit would absolutely be still picked to win the division. But they're not there, so that makes this murkier. But Detroit's still pretty dang loaded, and the Packers did fix a big hole, but they still have a giant question mark at Jordan Love. Like, how good is he?
I would say they're looking eye to eye at one another. The Parsons move was huge, man. It's something I wanted the Bears to do. It's something I think the Lions should have done, and not doing it is going to be a mistake. If you asked me today to bet a team to win the division, it would be the Packers. Like that.
Whoa.
This is one of those big moves that I really respect. I think the betting markets reflected it. They became the favorites in the North. I don't know that I think they're better than the Lions, but there's a reality to, you won 15 games last year. You're not doing that again. It can't happen on face value alone. And you lost all your coordinators, and your Hall of Fame center retired, and your best guard from last year left, and Aleem McNeil, your best defensive tackle, is out until, I don't know, maybe Thanksgiving, based on the last time he commented. And Levi Onwuzurike tore his ACL, and the second-round pick corner that you took last year is out for the season. Like, there's a lot that's already not going right. And then it's like, Graham Glasgow is going to be your week one center after being hurt most of camp. I don't even know if he's good anymore. There's just so many questions I have that I think early year Lions, growing pains, it's going to be difficult. They might be the better team at the end of the year, but the division will already be decided by then.
That's so crazy hearing you like have that kind of opinion, because we were literally just going through this exercise and I was like, I feel like the Lions team is just as stacked as they were last year. Like, how could the Packers be better than the Lions? But now hearing you say all those things, but also in my mind I'm saying, okay, but they have Branch. They have Joseph. They have Amon-Ra St. Brown. They have Montgomery. They have Jared Goff. I think Jared Goff is still a better quarterback than what Jordan Love is. So it's like I look at them and think they're still a better team than the Packers. Yeah, did Micah Parsons bringing him in obviously elevate them to another level? Totally. But it's just fascinating hearing from your end. Obviously, as a Lions fan, like I feel like we tend to look at more of the poor parts of our team. And so it's interesting hearing that because I look at the Lions and I'm like, they're a stacked team. Where do you think... Go ahead.
Don't get me wrong. They are still very good, but I think I have questions that are more than fair, and I would label them concerns. And when I say concerns, their floor is like winning 9 games. They probably are a 10 or 11 win team. They're still very good. But what does Jared Goff look like with an offensive coordinator who's going to run way fewer condensed sets, way less play action? He's going to use less motion. It's a more receiver-friendly offense, but I don't think that means it's a more quarterback-friendly offense. What does Goff look like then? Because when McVay did that after Todd Gurley got hurt years ago, Goff looked terrible to the point they had to trade him. And that's where I start to go, okay, is Jordan Love really going to stay worse than Goff, or could the coordinator change impact that?
And do you have serious doubts about Jared Goff? Like, do you think there is potential without having Ben Johnson that he could go on I don't want to say a downward spiral because that seems aggressive, but like, could he drop down because he lost his guy?
Sure. I mean, that could happen. Jalen Hurts dropped down. There was a moment in time 2 years ago where we thought the Jalen Hurts contract, and I say we because I'm sure you talked about it, was a mistake. And Philly fans thought the Jalen Hurts contract was a mistake. A year later, with a better coordinator, he wins a Super Bowl.
Right.
So I'm not even saying like the window's shut or this is the end of Jared Goff and the Lions. I don't know if this year will be as clean as it's been. He's a very good player, but he's also in that tier of guys you win with, not win because of. And I don't think he's as well insulated as he was a year ago.
That's fair. What do you... when you look at this Packers team, which players like stand out to you the most? Like, there's some obvious ones, but if you got some deep cuts, I'd be curious if you're worried about anybody maybe not named Micah Parsons.
Well, I think the most interesting part is going to be what the middle of the defense looks like, and it was a bit of a surprise on cut day. They kept 6 defensive tackles. People kind of wondering why. Well, then they trade Kenny Clark and get Micah Parsons, and you figure out, they need a lot of defensive tackle depth. It's going to be kind of duct tape and glue everywhere except Xavier McKinney and Micah Parsons, because I don't think this is a defense that's loaded with stars. I think the corners are, frankly, bad. Safety, because you have McKinney, is a position of strength. I wonder what the offensive line is going to look like. I think it's on the lower third of the league, not the higher third. But the receiving room, I mean, can Matthew Golden develop into a wide receiver 1? Can Jaden Reed continue to be really successful? What does Love look like now that he's healthy? I think people who write him off after last year forget. He played on that Sao Paulo turf that both... if I'm Justin Herbert and Patrick Mahomes, I'm terrified about Friday night. That turf hurt Jordan Love for basically the entire season, and you still won 11 games. And I also think there's a little bit of an overreaction to our Chicago people. One of my closest coworkers, David Kaplan, who keeps saying the Packers were 1-6, 1-5 in the division, and they were a blocked field goal from being 0-6. Well, I think they're less likely to go 0-6 in the division again, and more likely to probably be in the 3-3 or 4-2 range. And also, to be fair, the Packers started Malik Willis basically the entire game against the Bears after they pulled Jordan Love to keep him healthy for the playoff game. It was the Packers B team that lost to the Bears at home in the final week. So I don't even buy that the 1-5 is a real division record. I think this team's still very good. It's just questions on the offensive line. I feel better about their defensive line than I did a week ago. I don't think that's any big surprise. Linebacker should be pretty good. Secondary is the biggest question mark.
Yeah,
so
same with me.
For me, it's very simple. It actually just goes to the quarterback. And Shea, in Chicago, obviously, the Khalil Mack trade. It took the Bears from bad to, like, they won the division and they maybe made the playoffs with Khalil Mack. It wasn't the right bet to make on Mitch Trubisky. This trade is a bet on Jordan Love. And your co-host at least once in a while on the Chicago Bears podcast, Pat the Designer. Let's get to his cut. And then, because for me, this is all about Jordan Love. If Jordan Love stays who he is, and he's going into year 6 in this offense and year 6 in this league, so, like, I know it's only 2 years starting, but he might be more fully developed than, people want to admit, which still means he's a very good quarterback. He just might not take that step into elite, and that's kind of what Pat had to say.
And I know you don't represent the entire city of Chicago, but I just have to know, like, what do you guys actually think about the Packers and Jordan Love? Does he scare you?
There's always the I don't want to say big brother complex because I feel like that's giving you too much credit, but there's always that feeling of like the Packers may do it again. Right? Mm-hmm. Until we start to fight back a little bit more in the rivalry, that's always going to be there. But for me, as a Bears fan, Jordan Love is everything I hoped that he was going to be for the Green Bay Packers. Just good enough that you can't get rid of him, but maybe not good enough to get you over the hump.
Tough but fair.
Yeah, I was going to say it's hard to argue against that today, but by December, will that be true? They paid him like they believe he's a franchise guy. You made a bet with this trade like he's a franchise guy. And look, I think it's pretty simple. You brought up the Khalil Mack trade. Is Matt LaFleur better than Matt Nagy?
Yep.
Is Jordan Love better than Mitch Trubisky?
Absolutely.
Then I'm good here. Honestly, also, I think you can factor in, is Micah Parsons better than Khalil Mack?
That one I don't know. Honestly, I just don't know. I just don't know.
At rushing the passer, it's a certainty.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
If you want to knock on the run defense, but I'm not paying Micah Parsons to defend the run. I'm paying Micah Parsons to get at the opposing quarterback. Mm-hmm. Nobody has done it better in the NFL in the past 4 seasons. If you go off the geek stats, pass rush win rate, nobody has been better than him. So this is a bet I would be happy to make if I were a Packer fan. It's a bet, again, I thought the Lions should have done this. Instead, you get Dan Campbell this morning on Detroit radio saying, we're good with Marcus Davenport. No need to sign Za'Darius Smith. What is that about? Or earlier in the year, and this one really bugged me, was Brad Holmes, and this might have been March or April. People kept asking, do you have a plan to put an edge rusher opposite Aiden Hutchinson? And he got a little arrogant and chesty, and he goes, does this happen in other markets? Do other teams have 2 edge rushers? Yeah, dude, look at Houston. Or now look at the team that's in your division and your biggest rival and your biggest peer in your division. They've got 2 in Rashawn Gary and Micah Parsons. So I thought it was a miss by the Lions to not address it, and a huge win for the Packers.
Absolutely. It was a bet worth making. It just puts a lot of pressure, and look, great players and pressure is a privilege here. It's a lot of pressure on LaFleur and Love, because if they don't win, it's because look at Dallas. You had Dak, you had CeeDee Lamb, you had Micah Parsons. They didn't win. The quarterback, he's got to be better, and right now he's in the Dak tier. To win the Super Bowl, Jordan Love still has to take – nothing's changed. He has to take that next step. By adding Micah Parsons, you've come as close as you can to guaranteeing that if Jordan Love takes that next step, you can be a Super Bowl caliber team.
Now, the counterpoint I would offer, and I get Dallas didn't win a ring, and at the end of the year, that's all that matters. Who wins the last game of the season? When they had Dak fully healthy and CD fully healthy and Micah fully healthy, they won 12 games in 3 straight seasons.
Yep.
And that is not something you just do. That doesn't happen in the NFL. So that's where I look at this and go, if Love can be 90% of Dak Prescott, if the receivers combined on aggregate can be 80% of CeeDee Lamb, if Micah can be just Micah, and I'm a little nervous with the maybe arthritic back and the epidural. I had a friend put it to me, 2 types of people get epidurals. One is a pregnant woman, and Micah Parsons is not a pregnant woman. So that leaves people who have serious injuries. That does concern me, but if he can just be Micah Parsons, this is, to me, an 11 or 12 win team.
Yeah, we actually are having a doctor on to ask him specifically why is Micah Parsons getting an epidural. That's actually coming up a little later in the show. So, Shea, we appreciate you hopping on and the insight. It was fantastic.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Glad to do it.
That's Shea Norling from ESPN Chicago. Gave us some good perspective on the division, on the Packers from the outside looking in, and the Detroit Lions. It's Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube. Rah! Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank, with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience at starionbank.com. Member FDIC. Barry Alvarez dropping a big-time prediction for Wisconsin's Week 3 matchup with the Alabama Crimson Tide. Coach with his sizzling take on the latest episode of The Barry Alvarez Show.
I would guess right now we'll be favorites going into that game. Watching Alabama play, that is not a Nick Saban Alabama team. Whether Nick was there or not, and I have great respect for whoever was there, we would go in there and compete well and have a chance.
Middle Tennessee, a good chance to tune up before Tuscaloosa. Bucky, a 29-point favorite per ESPN bet for the Saturday afternoon meeting.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin honors trust and commitment on your behalf before, during, and after the sale.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. PellaWI.com.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Striving for excellence is exactly what we do.
Our suite of master craftsmen ensure every roof we install will last.
We believe in giving you exceptional results.
And the satisfaction and durability you want with your suite of metal roof.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Suita. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Suita metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Suita Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every U. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semra with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, our first one of the new school year, Hannah Milsna from Madison Memorial, Vel Phillips Memorial High School now. What's it feel like to be a Spartan representing the school on the court and on the track in the spring?
It's truly special, I would say. The community, the competition, like on the court and on the track is definitely really special to me.
When you look back on your time here as a Spartan, what do you remember most? What kind of impact has this school had on you?
I think that this school has just taught me to use my resources, meet new people. Don't be afraid to go outside of my comfort zone. I think it's just truly helped me evolve as a person, obviously as a volleyball player too, but.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Serious truck crash? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bars of the Month. Listen to Jim, Matt, and Molly every Thursday to find out where you can enjoy the best High Life specials in Madison. Plus, to celebrate our love for dive bars, we'll be giving away a case of Miller High Life to one lucky fan every Thursday. Live the high life with Jim, Matt, and Molly and enjoy the champagne of beer in its natural environment. Like Utica Bar, Paoli Pub and Grill, the pub at Pleasant Springs, and the Nitty Gritty in Sun Prairie. When it comes to your health, do you want to buy something online or do you want to meet with someone local? A local doctor with a family-owned business that cares about you. That's right, you want to meet with Nestor Rodriguez and Ashley Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. You have questions about cryotherapy, red light therapy, hormone replacement treatments, GLP-1s, or you just want to have a great workout. Carbon World Health is there for you. They have a new location in Sun Prairie and they have their original location in Madison. So when it comes to your health, there's nowhere better to go than Carbon World Health in Madison and now in Sun Prairie.
Hey, it's Kelly Sheffield, Wisconsin Badgers volleyball head coach. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center Update brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's premier roofing, siding, and window contractor since 2002. Visit them at ridgetopexteriors.com. The Green Bay Packers open the season this Sunday against the rival Detroit Lions. We just had Shea Norling of ESPN Chicago join the show to break down all things Packers versus Lions, his concerns for the Motor City Kitties, as well as his insights into the Packers trading for Micah Parsons. You can go back and listen to that appearance on the new ESPN Wisconsin app. Also, notably for the Packers versus Lions, the first official injury report dropped just about a couple hours ago, and notably Elton Jenkins and Micah Parsons are both limited at practice earlier today as they come back from their respective injuries. And then Jaden Reed and Nate Hobbs both did not participate. Jaden Reed expected to play through a Jones fracture in his foot, and Nate Hobbs undergoing a knee procedure earlier this offseason. And then Jordan Love was a full participant, even though he's still listed with a thumb injury after undergoing a procedure on his non-throwing hand. The Packers and Lions will be squaring off on the afternoon this Sunday. Make sure to tune in right here on 100.5 ESPN as we break down all things leading up to the Packers season opener. And then tonight, the Brewers are back at it against the Phillies, 6:40 p.m. first pitch right here on 100.5.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
We're learning a lot about each other.
We got Homer, Matt Hamilton.
Yeah.
We have
Pessimist Molly.
No. Realist.
and then Contrarian.
Total. Yeah.
Jim Rutledge here.
It's Mer.
I'm the flower, Mr.
Mister.
Could it be possible you guys are the best show in ESPN Wisconsin, the whole state?
Yeah, obviously. It's
possible. Anything's possible.
You're the best.
I mean,
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
I'm Jim Rutledge. I have the power up at the Tundra Trio. I got the Don Hudson Center to my left. I got Lambeau Field behind me. Molly Brown, Matt Hamilton there in the Everlight Solar Studio with Primetime Wollersheim. If you missed any of today's show, you can listen back on the ESPN Wisconsin app, including our interview with Shea Norling. And you can chime into the show, 844-770-3776. Shea Norling from ESPN Chicago. Also a, I guess, recovering Lions fan. I'm not sure how exactly we would describe him, but he gave us good insight on the outside looking in on the Green Bay Packers. Kind of echoing most things that we have said here on this show. We do have a siding and limited poll question. What's a more accurate statement? The Packers are better than the Lions, or they are peers right now? 66% of you say the Packers and Lions are peers. Hawaiian Tropics chimes in. You're missing a button. Lions clearly better.
Hawaiian Tropics, definitely a reference to the Hawaiian baby blue jersey.
Hawaiian Blues.
Lions,
yes.
Right? Okay, so yeah. So he is a Lions fan. So the Lions fans have found us, Jim. Shea brought him along.
They did. And now you have Daniel Landscaper chiming in. My bold prediction is Golden is a clear-cut number 1 wide receiver. Savion Williams is our number 2 by year's end. Romeo is traded at the deadline.
Okay.
What do you think?
I mean, I also had a very bold prediction for Matthew Golden, as well as Molly, on the Boldathon on Wilde and Tausch earlier today. So I don't hate that. The Savion Williams part, though, that's juicy. I'd be intrigued by that.
I don't even think I think he's more of a gadgety type player, at least for a year or two. I think he's got some development to do. I'm not saying he won't end up being a good player, but like a clear number 2, from what I gather, he is very much a project that could develop into that. But by the end of the year, that seems like a leap. And it says not good things about the other wide receivers if he jumps in front of them all. I think a wish casting there. I would say, and I want to get your Boldathon takes from Wilde and Tausch as you referenced it there, Matt. I think Golden will end the season as the clear-cut Packers' best receiver. I don't know if he'll end the season as a clear-cut number one, but I think you can feel confident going into like the next year that he is going to project into being the number one for the Green Bay Packers and a very good NFL wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a safe prediction for it. I would go. I mean, because obviously we went bold-a-thon, so ours are much crazier or bolder than that.
What were your bold picks?
So, okay,
Molly,
I'll give you mine. So I actually had 2 because I was a little nervous that the Wilde and Tausch crew were going to say that I wasn't being bold enough. So I came prepared. And I was worried that somebody was going to take my take, like I believe you did last year or maybe the year before. I don't know. So my first one was that the Green Bay Packers will only lose one NFC North divisional matchup. So, and that was going to be on Thanksgiving to the Detroit Lions. That was my number 1. Then my second bold prediction is that Matthew Golden is going to be, or he'll break the Packers rookie receiver record, which is currently held by Billy Houghton, which he made in 1952, where he had 1,231 yards. So Matthew Golden will break that record.
I mean, those seem well. The first one seems. I actually think the Packers are going to lose the first game against the Lions. I think Jordan Love not practicing, his thumb's a little bit of an issue. I don't know if Reed and Hobbs are going to play. I think the Packers might.
Jordan Love did practice.
Right, but he practiced. I'm not worried about. He's going to play too, but his thumb is clearly not 100% healed. They've talked about the first couple of weeks. He's going to have to adjust handoffs. He's going to have to possibly maybe not be under center as much, but still practicing now. He missed a big chunk of time. So I think there's going to be a little bit of rust there, and then you have, is Reed playing, is Hobbs playing? I think the Lions win this game. I do think the Packers win the division, but I think the Lions win the first game.
There's a lot of question marks, but I will say also I think that the Lions are going to be working out quite a few kinks of their own, just thinking about all the different key components of their roster and coaching staff that they lost this year. So
True.
I think
but
the Packers are getting lucky having them the first week right away.
A little bit, but also they don't know what the playbook looks like.
It's true.
Like Morton might catch him off guard a little bit.
Yeah.
There might be some things that Jared Goff will take shots on or do that the Packers won't be ready for. And here's the other part. Regardless of Micah Parsons being healthy or not, he's not going to take a boatload of snaps in week 1. So again, the Lions, I don't think are going to have to face the full brunt of Micah Parsons in week 1 because Micah cannot be up to full conditions either.
Yeah, I think that was a bold prediction actually calling the game too. I wouldn't quite have said it. It wouldn't have been bold enough for me if you just said they go 5-1 in the division.
I mean, but also when they're coming off of last year where they were 1-5, it's pretty bold just in that.
Yeah. I liked your picks, and I kind of piggybacked off of Molly's. I said that Matthew Golden is going to be the offensive rookie of the year.
So let me just pick at this a little bit because I think Golden's going to be a good receiver. Like in any other draft, he would not probably have been a first-round pick. He had the benefit of being in a draft that's a little bit lighter on wide receivers. And he definitely has a lot of top-end ability, and I think he's a very good player. But he doesn't have like the full-on projection, just a little bit bigger to be a guy that you project to be like Malik Neighbors immediately.
Right.
A lot of times good receivers still kind of go up and down. Xavier Worthy is a guy that I comp him to. Xavier Worthy had great moments with the Chiefs. He also disappeared for a few games. Xavier Worthy, I think, is projecting to be a number 1 wide receiver either this season or next. But he had some great games and he had some disappearing games. And I still think Matthew Golden is a better version of Jaden Reed, but Jaden Reed did not pop off immediately in year 1. So I think Matthew Golden is going to be a very good player. But, his draft, a lot of teams who are very smart passed on him.
Right.
It's not, and so it's one of those where I think Matthew Golden will end up as a very good NFL wide receiver and the Packers' number 1 guy. I just don't see him as a instant impact going to dominate every game as an offensive rookie of the year would need to do. I think he's going to be up and down.
Right.
Also because my bold prediction is that Tucker Kraft is going to end up in the conversation as like a top 5 NFL tight end by the end of the year.
Is that bold, though?
I mean, statistically, it's a big jump.
Yeah.
Right now, it's a lot of people like what he is, but he's not a top. I don't think he's top 10 now. I think a lot of people like what he can be. I'm also betting on health, which he hasn't really shown. So, I would say that top 5 NFL tight end. I thought that was pretty bold because he's not there yet. It's a big jump. I think he's got to go from like 12 to 5.
Yeah, he's definitely not there yet.
Or you could go on this. He'll lead the Packers in receptions and touchdowns.
Haven't we said that Jordan Love is like 12th best quarterback potentially, right?
Yep. And Tucker Kraft descending makes it better for him too.
No, I was just thinking. You said 12 to 5. Is it more likely that Jordan Love jumps from 12 to 5 or Tucker Kraft from 12 to 5?
Ooh, I go Tucker.
Yeah, but I mean, if Tucker is making that jump, then Jordan Love is making a jump. Maybe not that big a one, but he's got to be slinging
Or it could be that Tucker Kraft is Jordan Love's security blanket because the other guys still aren't good enough.
Well, I think Tucker Kraft is more than a security blanket. I think Tucker Kraft has the ability to be a Laporta tight. Like he's one of those tight ends who can block and catch, and if LaFleur, and I'm sure he will make him a focal point of the offense. Like I think Packer fans are going to be a little bit surprised on that Golden's going to have some great games, like much like Christian Watson and other wide receivers who end up being good or great. Like he's going to have some really big games and then disappear for a little bit. I think Tucker Kraft's going to be a game out guy for the Packers on offense. The proven pass catcher that when you need something big, Love and Kraft are the two that are going to make it happen.
Do you
more
think
than any other player on his team.
Do you think he could be what George Kittle is for the 49ers?
Yeah. I think Kraft has the ability to be a upper echelon. Yeah, George Kittle, Kelsey, Laporta type guy. I mean, those are all different types of players, but Laporta is one of the few tight ends who actually can block at some level. Tucker Kraft is one of the few tight ends who can block on some level and also catch passes and make plays.
As of right now, Matthew Golden is number 9 for the Offensive Rookie of the Year odds.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I mean, it's very interesting. Like the Travis Hunter one, he's going to be playing both sides of the ball.
No, he's not. I don't think.
Oh, he definitely is.
I don't think so. I think they'll try it for like a couple weeks, and then it's going to be no. Your body can't handle this.
It's going to be like preseason. It's like in preseason. He's going to be a majority a receiver, and then he'll pop in once in a while defensively.
Gotcha. I mean,
I think that's how that'll go.
He's obviously good enough. He's a Heisman winner. It's very interesting. There was a surprise one a couple years ago. 5th rounder Puka Nacua getting it.
There's always surprises.
Yeah. I am banking. I'm wish casting. That's what's happening right here. I'm trying to put this in the ether so it becomes real. I did it with the Brewers earlier this year, saying they were boring and they started to play great baseball, and now they're the best team in baseball. I'm just trying to do the same thing with Matthew Golden here.
No, I get it. I get what you're saying.
I'm not going to say he's my guy, though, Ryan. Don't worry.
I think Tucker. I just think it's not a
that.
negative against Golden. I think Tucker Kraft is going to be someone that's going to eat up. I just don't think there's a lot of people got to eat on this team. So expecting Golden to be a pop. I think 1,000 yards and breaking that record is in play, and that makes maybe Golden a top 5 candidate to win Rookie of the Year.
Over 1,200 to break that record. It's 1,200, right?
1,321.
Oh,
no, I'm sorry, 1,231. Sorry, numbers.
Yeah, so a little more than 1,200. That's a big number. If he does that, he's definitely in the conversation.
I think he'll be in the conversation. I think he'll finish like top 5 in Rookie of the Year. I just think Genty. Colston Loveland's a guy in Chicago that when they had Sam Laporta in Detroit, like as a rookie, he popped off. Well, Loveland's the 10th overall pick, first tight end pick. So there's players who are picked offensively in positions who could pop off more. Whoever, I forgot who Tampa took, they are loving him down there.
Micah
Parsons.
He's getting rave reviews down there as well. So there's a lot of different people. We're going to take a quick break here. We're going to talk to Nestor Rodriguez from Carbon World Health on the other side. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
A professional receiver.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
So since I didn't go to college, can I just claim one, like Wisconsin?
We should campaign for schools in the state of Wisconsin to give Matt free stuff.
All the UW schools. Whoever gives Matt the most amount of free stuff is who Matt will pick.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That is true.
Who wants to give me an honorary degree?
Where would you take your honorary degree from?
Literally anywhere. Literally anywhere. Clown school.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Medicine on YouTube.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Looking for the perfect pizza meal just for you? Introducing Pizza Hut's new personal pizzas, the Crafted Flats. 5 bold, hand-stretched personal pizza recipes. 3 cheese, pepperoni duo, the ultimate, and for a limited time, Nashville hot chicken and chicken bacon ranch. All just $5 each, all day. The perfect pizza deal for lunch, dinner, or on game days. Order your $5 Crafted Flats at one of their locations or online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bars of the Month. Listen to Jim, Matt, and Molly every Thursday to find out where you can enjoy the best High Life specials in Madison. Plus, to celebrate our love for dive bars, we'll be giving away a case of Miller High Life to one lucky fan every Thursday. Live the high life with Jim, Matt, and Molly and enjoy the champagne of beer in its natural environment. Like Utica Bar, Paoli Pub and Grill, the pub at Pleasant Springs, and the Nitty Gritty in Sun Prairie.
GNC knows that you're not always feeling it at the gym, but don't get down, get lit, and get more out of every workout. Beyond Raw Lit is a clinically dosed pre-workout that flips the switch and gives you more energy, focus, intensity, and pumps. The perfect combo for a killer workout. Plus, it's got incredible flavors and thousands of 5-star reviews, so you know it's good. Pick it up at GNC stores or go to gnc.com.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owned. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the belt line at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
I'm John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. We've been at the heart of many magical moments, from engagements to weddings to sweet 16s. It warms my heart to be a part of these moments for 40 years with people I consider family. With the highest standards and an eye for classic beauty, enjoy a warm boutique setting at Goodman's Jewelers, where integrity shines in every gem. At 220 State Street, Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store, Madison, since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Hi, it's Eric from Canopy Wealth Management. Our years of experience have prepared us to guide you through your life transitions. Our local professional team brings over 90 years of collective experience in the wealth management industry for the benefit of our clients. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started on your financial future today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
No sleep till!
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues. I'm up at the Tundra Trio. Molly Brown, Matt Hamilton, back at the Everlight Solar Studio with Primetime Wollersheim. We are excited to be joined by Dr. Nestor Rodriguez from Carbon World Health. He's been kind of our go-to when we talk about injuries, and obviously you've heard me talk about the benefits of something like glutide, and Molly talking about some of the med spa things over at Carbon World Health. So we're excited to be joined by Dr. Nestor Rodriguez. And Nestor, I think before I try to explain what's going on with Micah Parsons, Adam Schefter was on a little bit earlier, and he kind of walked through some of the stuff. So before we get to Adam, thanks for hopping on and talking with us. We appreciate your time today.
Well, thanks for having us. I always like joining the show and kind of being able to answer any questions you guys might have.
Perfect. So we're going to play this clip from Adam Schefter, and then I'm going to ask you a few questions. So let's hear from Adam Schefter first.
I think there's some concern, probably a little bit more than people realized. How about that? But I don't know that it's going to wind up holding him out. It sounds like, and, I went back and forth with people. I said he was going to get an epidural, then I got some, that he was going to consider getting an epidural from people, and I got some doctors emailing me that if it's in that area, that it's not an epidural. But then I was told that, yes, actually, if it's in that spot, it's a transforaminal epidural, which basically is an X-ray guided injection of steroid and anesthetic medication into the epidural space between the I can't even pronounce it.
What are you trying to do? Why are you trying to be a doctor?
Yeah, exactly. I'll stick to what I try to get done and away from medicine. But the bottom line is, it sounds like he may have to get a shot, a pain-killing injection, however you want to describe that, to play on Sunday. But it's certainly, I can't imagine.
It's word salad.
So, Nestor, can you unravel that word salad for us?
Yeah, for sure. So essentially, if you look at like the medical diagnosis, right, they're calling it a lumbar facet joint sprain at L4, L5. So given like where in the spine it is, it's in the lower spine. But essentially what it is think of that facet joint as like two door hinges on the side of your spine. And then they're basically irritated and inflamed. So any type of extension or rotation, twisting movement is going to hurt. Not only is it going to hurt from that inflammation, but then it could also cause spasming to the muscles around it. And so for an edge rusher like he is, obviously, in order to win the line, win the plays, he's going to have to bend, torque, sudden change of direction. So any of those movements, obviously, are going to trigger this inflammation to hurt, and he's going to feel pain and then potentially have muscle spasms thereafter. So with the treatment, it's always interesting to say, okay, what are they going to do? Because technically they're right. An epidural injection, when we think about that, it's usually more for a nerve type injury. So with him, they're not saying it's a nerve injury. It's just a focal irritation of the muscle on top of it, but also those facets or those joints or those hinges I was talking about. So what he was trying to say is intra-articular facet injection. So two things. One has to deal with the location of where this injection goes. Nowadays, obviously, especially with a pro athlete, they're going to use top imaging so they can get it exactly to where they need to go to. Long are the days of just blindly going in, or what we normally do, like for an epidural for pregnant or for delivery, right? If someone's giving childbirth and they give an epidural, we just go blindly. So they're going to pinpoint the location of where it's irritated or where they found the injury is. Then they're going to give a steroid injection, which is basically kind of pain medication, you could say, or to decrease the inflammation in that site. And so if you want to get technical, it's an intra-articular facet injection versus an epidural, which usually has to do more with the nerve root. But to Schefter's point, you could just go into that whole space and say, like, because I'm in there, I might as well kind of give the medication and let it spread around that whole area. So that's kind of the technicality that he was going back and forth and hearing it from different doctors or different people that he was talking to. It's really, they just want to get that inflammation in those hinge spaces to get them feeling better.
So if he needs to do shots of some sort, like how often is he going to need to do this? Is it before every game? Is it like once a month? What is kind of like the frequency of that?
Yeah, so that's always a good question. So this is really, let's say he wasn't a pro athlete and let's say it was just one of us, right? The real treatment would be rest, anti-inflammatories, anti-spasm medication. But this is one of those type of injuries that you can play through it, right? So it's just managing of the pain and the symptoms. And then obviously, the dollar tag that comes with these athletes, right? Like how much am I going to push? Where am I going to do it? So with time, it's going to get better. It's just how they're gonna manage how many plays he's in, right? How he feels out in the field. Is he doing different moves? So like instead of doing rapid inner like spurts of speed, you might be seeing them like take a longer route to try to get around or to move slower, less explosive. Those would be signs that you would see during play where like, is it really affecting them or not? You're not causing more damage for letting them play because it's just kind of, if we've had a strain anywhere, it's like, well, just take it easy, let your body tell you if it hurts or not. They're just saying, instead of having him feel that so we can give him the best chance of playing to his top level, let's just numb that space. So it could be for a couple weeks, it could be a one-time deal, but it's not going to be a recurrent, hopefully down the road where they're doing it every month, like you hear from like joint pain or knee pains. It's not that. It's really just he could play right now if he wanted to, and he could choose to play without even getting that injection, as long as he's willing to go through that pain, right? And so the question becomes that they're trying to minimize this pain as much as possible so it doesn't spasm given his movements of his position. And then two, it's like, how are they going to manage his load of play so that he doesn't get further inflamed?
So Nestor, what do you think his potential is? Off of 100%, obviously 100%, he's out there, he's playing, he's not injured at all, no shot injection needed. This, obviously, the injection is going to help him maybe not feel the pain as much, so he might be able to still twist more than he would have without it. Where would you put that percentage of full strength with this injection? What's his ability level going to be in your judgment?
Yeah, I would say, remember, these guys are coming in, they're trained, right? They've done the work, they're put in, so this is a minor setback, in my opinion, on a grand scheme of things. So I think with all the therapies he's receiving during this week, pre-game and during the game, he'd probably be, 70, 80%, I would say, go. It's just going to be, that 20 to 10% is what matters in the elite athletes. So things to watch out for that I would look would be his first step, his explosiveness. How quickly is he getting off the line? Is he kind of doing these, the plays where he's going all around rather than direct and just spinning? And then after the snaps, is he holding his back? Are the trainers treating him a lot on the sideline? Those would be things that would kind of tell you from a viewer, just to say how good is he doing there. And I'm assuming they're gonna count his snaps and kind of see how he goes from play to play.
Looking at the Badger side of things, their quarterback Billy Edwards Jr. They kind of called a mild knee sprain, and I know that. I think the week or two before the game, he bumped knees with a teammate. That's why he had the knee brace on. So, how much, or if at all, could a bumping knees with a teammate kind of maybe affected this injury ahead of time? And then how important was it that he was wearing a knee brace to maybe make sure that non-contact injury wasn't worse than it was?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So luckily, when you look at these two injuries, the structural part of it is kind of gone, meaning they didn't break anything, right? There's no compression. They didn't tear ligaments completely. So same with Parsons. This is a kind of do you play through the pain? Are you able to perform at your top or what you want to be? And then two, can you play without making the injury worse? And so depending on the injury of how he hit that, could it potentially have predisposed him to get injured in this game? Maybe, right? It's hard to say, especially what actually happened. But the injury itself, the biggest worry is the MRI clean or not, and it was clean. So now I just think of a rubber band that got pulled a little bit too much, and it just causes pain in that site. And so what we do is your brain will, when you're injured, your brain's going to be hesitant, right? It's going to make you compensate. It's going to prevent you from doing things you want to do. So when you put a knee brace or even these arm braces like I have it, one is to protect you from your drive of trying to do more. And then two is to kind of reassure your brain hey, I know I'm injured, but this is giving that extra kind of strength to hold the knee. So your brain's okay, it's not as bad. So same with Parsons, with him, they're probably seeing him day to day, week by week. And now in his position, can his footwork, can he drive, can he pivot, right? When he throws, all that hinging is going to give extra support to it. And so it's going to be, can he play through this pain? And at how much risk am I willing to say to make it worse if he's trying to push it more and more? So it's, when we talk about how long is it going to be, you look at pro athletes, the NFL, it'd probably be 1 to 6 weeks. But it's all the treatment. It's all how he's taking recovery. Is he taking it seriously? Are they putting him through the trenches, so to speak, of recovery? And then evaluating. They all have protocols that they would probably put him through.
Nestor, there's one more injury in the state of Wisconsin sports, and that's Trevor McGill of the Brewers. He has a grade 1 right flexor strain. Can you explain what that is?
Yeah, so when you look at So these are all, when you look at the grades of it, right? These are truly like medical terminologies. That's either imaging, most likely, where they're saying, and like the bending of it or the straining of, think of a tendon or a muscle. If I always look at use a rubber band when I'm talking to athletes or clients, where it's basically how loose or how did I overbend that? And then it becomes like, okay, what type of movements are required? So if you look at me, I have my tendons are injured rather than my biceps, right? And believe it or not, you won't believe how much you use your triceps. I always thought biceps. Maybe that's just from working out. But then it's like, okay, what am I doing that I can't do? So if you look at a flexor, that's everything. That's a lot of movements that are required of that tendon, of that muscle to do. And especially in baseball and the movements that they're doing, that could set you back. And again, it has to do with the recovery, what protocols they're putting them in. And the real answer is just rest, right, with time. But they're athletes, right? They want to get back on the field. And obviously the treatment team is going to do right by them. But this is where some injections could come in, or cryo, red light, whatever things they have available to them, they all use to try to get back into the game.
And with that, every one of these athletes, they still can't skirt completely the idea of, being having enough endurance. And I think that's the other part for whether it's Micah Parsons, he missed a lot of training camp. How many snaps can he take? Or even as Billy Edwards, okay, he missed some practice, then he plays half of a game. So how much is like the physical endurance important in this sort of recovery to make sure that they don't make themselves susceptible to a different injury because they don't have the endurance they normally would have to be out there on the field because they're not practicing as much?
Yeah, no, that's a key thing, right? So from two sides. From one, in that the athlete, you're trusting the athlete to tell you real time, right? Because they're always going to be the ultimate teammate. They want to push it, right? He just got here for Parsons, right? Quarterback, it's my one shot, right? All these people have these pressures. And so it's to tell the training staff, does it really hurt or not, rather than to wait after the game and be like, man, it was really hurting, and now, I've injured myself for the future. I think it's less so in the pros when it's like a professional, they're getting paid, right? But in the college, when you're trying, like, this is your one shot, right? Someone's taking my role. You might see that a little bit more. And then two, the endurance is that your body's going to like try to protect you from you. And now you're compensating, and the last thing you want to do is, because you're trying to push through this injury, you injured the other side, because now your body's not even, right? So that's why I think a lot of these, that the time off is really the medical team and the coaches doing right by them and taking that decision off of for their plate, I would say. And then just make sure that it's for the long run so that you're not making them worse or preventing them to get another injury. Then the second part to that is like, okay, how do you start giving them those reps to start then, getting back into the field? And it just depends on the injury. So for Billy, one of the things you could do, and you guys probably have heard of it, because of it's an extremity, you can do this blood flow restriction. I don't know if it's Tarek or Derek who does it, but I know he's a great proponent. So what that happens, and even in my injury, is I can start making these muscles get stronger and better by constricting the blood flow. And I'm lifting 1 pound, but my brain's thinking I'm lifting 40, 50, whatever, right? I don't curl that much, but since I'm on the show, I'm going to say 40, 50.
Nice. Okay.
But I'm really, if you guys saw me, it'd be a 1 pounder. And so they could use all these different strategies and protocols to bring them back as quickly or as slowly as they want.
That's amazing sciencey stuff. Like that you can lift a 1 pound weight and it's like the equivalent to a 40 with blood flow restriction. Yeah,
it's pretty, it's unique. You have to do it with the right people, right, in training. Mm-hmm. That's the frustrating part, right? It's always, when you look at these injuries and people question, like, if they broke a bone, right, that's easy, in my opinion. You get surgery or you don't get surgery, but the recovery is pretty quick. When you strain ligaments, muscles, those are those nagging things that, one, we hide and we don't say to its worst, or it's pretty bad and now it takes us forever to recover from, just because the recovery is so long, because everything's attached to it and you're moving it constantly. It's not like you can just lay in bed because then your muscles are going to atrophy, right? So that's the difference when you look at some of these injuries. they might seem minor, but they're more annoying because they could trigger a lot more things that, like, from day to day, you can't just really explain. And what the crowd would be like, it's just his back, it's just his knee, they're fine, they're walking, they're jumping. But it's just those sharp movements that they do in their sports that would trigger this inflammation again, and then it hurts.
Nestor, I did see, at Carbon in your Madison location, you have new cryotherapy there. So, tell us about kind of the new cryo chamber, because it looks fantastic. It is fantastic.
Yeah, and the things that kind of we were talking about with the athletes that I always tell people is think of all the stuff that they have for recovery. And if you look over the last 10, 15 years, there's really not a new way of doing a workout or push-up or throwing the ball or running, the 40-yard dash. There's techniques, but the recovery aspects. So one is taking recovery, important and putting that as part of your sports program and your day-to-day professional life or just life in general. And then two, you have the traditional ways, which is the injections, the PT, the blood flow restriction, right, which I would say is a little bit more alternative. But then you have these other things, which would be peptides or cryotherapy, like we have red light therapy, right? These are all these things that are available to people now that they should take advantage that 10, 15 years ago we didn't have. So for our cryo, we changed from the traditional liquid nitrogen to now an electrical. So it could be your full body. We can put you in there longer, and we could be pretty strategic about if you're a beginner, if you're an intermediate or expert, how low we take your temperature depending on what goals you want to achieve. So if anyone hasn't tried it, obviously I invite them to stop by and try it out. Combine that with red light, pulse wave. These are things that the pros are using, the teams have in their, in their arsenal of recovery tools. And that's really what's advanced in the last 10, 15 years, in my opinion.
Nestor, awesome stuff. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to talk to us. This is Dr. Nestor Rodriguez from Carbon World Health. Obviously, Sun Prairie location and a Madison location. Both Molly and I definitely enjoy both locations. Thank you so much, Nestor.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
All right, that was Dr. Nestor Rodriguez. Ryan, is this right? I have to kick Matt and Molly off the air now?
Yeah, they got to go.
Ew.
All right, so they're going to get out because we're going to do a minute to win it here. So we're going to take some callers once they're out, and then we also have to share the category. So, Ryan, let me know when they are officially out of the studio.
You can hear because they just don't even turn their mics off when they leave. Matt just leaves.
Fantastic.
Matt really, if I was not here to turn his mic off, it would just be on at all times. It would never be off.
I'm pretty sure he's not aware he does a radio show.
No, he doesn't turn his mic on when he tries to talk, and he doesn't turn it off when he's done. It's impressive. But when he was having his mic on earlier, he was talking about his expectations for Matthew Golden to win NFL Rookie of the Year. So today's category, we got to quiz him on the top 9 players who are favored to win NFL Rookie of the Year per ESPN bet. We're doing the top 9. We're doing the top 9. Exactly. And we're doing the top 9 because there's like 6 guys, including Matthew Golden, who are tied for 10th right now.
Okay.
So
I feel like I want to go 7.5 on this. This was like a segment ago.
Okay,
this was a segment ago.
But it's very clear he was looking at odds from a different site, so they might be different.
I still think 7.5. Like, we are setting them up, and they get so cocky when they get it right.
Okay.
If you looked at it less than a half an hour ago, you got to be able to do it.
You should be pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, 7.5 out of the 9. Because this is not too long. This is not that long ago. All right, and then what callers are we doing?
Let's just do callers 7 and 9 in that case.
Caller number 7, caller number 9, you're at least going to get a $25 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. You might even get a $50 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. Caller number 7, caller number 9, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller number 7, caller number 9, you're at least going to get a $25 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. It might even be a $50 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. So Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
If honestly, it wasn't science class, please correct it.
Naked swimming makes more sense for science class.
Wait, what'd you say?
It makes more sense for science class than
naked what?
Swimming.
Oh, why?
Well, science, the naked body at least, like
biology.
But I'm not saying it's great. I'm just saying that would make more sense.
Sure.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Come see what the buzz is all about at Madison Axe, Madison's state-of-the-art entertainment spot. Enjoy 8 lanes of axe throwing, interactive games, plus digital target projection and scoring. For even more fun, check out their indoor backyard with 2,000 square feet of shuffleboard, cornhole, yard games, bar table games, and more. Perfect for date night, groups, corporate meetings, or private events. Madison Axe is your destination for all things fun. Throw it, nail it, celebrate. Go to MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
I wasn't sure if college was right for me. I worried that it would be too stressful or rigid, but I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, the atmosphere is relaxed, and the instructors are friendly and collaborative. It's such a cohesive environment. My advice to others, take a deep breath and go for it. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Thinking about going electric? Now is the perfect time at Zimbrick Chevrolet. When you purchase a qualifying new EV vehicle, you could get up to $7,500 for eligible buyers from a federal clean vehicle tax credit. Don't wait, act now, because this tax credit is only available until September 30th. And once you buy your EV, Zimbrick Chevy will take care of you with their certified EV service and top off your charge. Never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
People travel the world to collect Hard Rock shirts, and Hard Rock Casino Rockford is going to give the people what they want. Get in on the action at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, where all new Unity card signups receive an official Hard Rock shirt, plus free play to kickstart a winning streak. Whether you're spinning the slots or playing the tables, you'll be dressed for success. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's Hard Rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
This is Martin Sensaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
North and South Seafood Smokehouse, 3 great locations in the Madison area. Got one in DeForest, one in Madison, and one over in Verona. That's the one that I go to the most. I'm Jim Rutledge. I'm in Green Bay. I am at the Tundra Trio, which means Lambeau Field is behind me. It means Don Hudson is to my left, the facility there. I heard the Packers pads cracking earlier today as they practiced. Jaden Reed and Nate Hobbs did not. Micah Parsons did in a limited fashion. Jordan Love practiced fully. I got Molly Brown and Matt Hamilton back at the Everlight Solar Studio with Primetime Wollersheim, and it is time to play Minute to Win It.
Beat the odds
I say everything with pure confidence, whether I think I'm totally right or not.
or crumble under pressure.
I legitimately know one of these. I legitimately have one.
This is the Minute to Win It, presented by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse, with 3 locations in Madison, DeForest, and Verona.
You would be so disappointed in how I did when we were at Pato a couple weeks ago.
You were really bad.
It was so bad. It was all fantasy football, too. It was baloney.
It was
No,
the top 10
baloney.
scorers in fantasy football last year. You appeared with us earlier that day. We pre-recorded a segment of you out in Scotland. You named like 3 different players who are all in the top 10. I think Molly got 2.
My gosh. I don't know if I would have, aced it.
There was quarterbacks on it. I thought it was like wide receivers and running backs.
Because it was the top 10 finishers in fantasy last season based off of standard scoring.
It was dumb.
I definitely could have helped you out there.
Yeah.
Ryan, thanks a lot for wasting that one while I'm gone.
Yeah, nice job.
We were at the fantasy football draft. What did you want me to do?
I don't know.
So what's today's category?
I have 2 drafts at the exact same time on the side.
Have Matt do it.
For tonight. I got 2 fantasy football drafts.
That's all.
Did you pay money?
When's it start?
They both have money. One
Yeah.
is with the Carbon World Health Team. The other one's with our good friend David from Just the Cheese.
When's it start?
So both are at 8 o'clock tonight.
Oh,
One's
you're
on
going to
the
be picking
ESPN
while
app.
you're at dinner? Oh, that's...
If you want to send me some info for one of them, I can draft for you.
Oh.
I might have you do my Carbon World Health one. It's the sleeper app. I have to. That one's on the sleeper
But
app.
if
and then I
Matt
guess-
wins, then do you owe him a cut?
No.
Okay.
Yes, he does. Take your money.
I
And run,
wouldn't
baby.
ask for a cut
I
of
think
the
it's
money.
winner take. It's a winner take all, so I can get him something nice at least.
Yeah.
Because it's it's not quite the amount of money. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to share how much money I won last time. Remember, I won a good chunk of change in the March Madness pool with the Carbon World Health.
Oh,
That was with the CBS guy.
Yeah, that's right.
Jim,
He
since
didn't
you
even
did
pick
so
those.
good with not picking, maybe you should auto draft one.
Yeah.
Because it worked for you last time.
Now, to be fair, I think I tweaked 1 or 2, but yeah. I would. Here's the worst part. I
The
didn't
round
send
of
anything.
64, I did a little tinkering myself.
Little tweaking. Oh, wait.
Well, no, honestly, the tweaking was Florida. I picked Florida to win, which is why I won.
A tweaker.
Right.
Never mind.
So that to a little bit fair to myself. Now, again, I only picked it because Elijah Martin, FAU guy, was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like I had great insight into why. I was just like, yeah, it's close enough. Final 4, I'll put them as the winner because I like Elijah Martin.
Well, whether or not Jim wins his fantasy football leagues, the 2 participants in today's Minute to Win It will get a gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse.
Not these 2.
Not these 2. The
I
2
wish.
participants who called in on the line. We got Chad in Fitchburg and Brian in Madison. And guys, today's category, it's a bit of a doozy because we were just talking about it, 45 minutes ago.
Oh, no.
Who are the top 9 leaders in odds to win NFL Rookie of the Year this season?
Oh, I think I got this.
Okay, thank God, because I don't.
Well, Matt, your timer starts now.
Emeka Egbuka?
Emeka Egbuka is number 7 on the list.
Come on. Who is the...
Is
You got
Matthew
it.
Golden?
Matthew Golden is
Okay.
tied for 10th, which is not on the list.
What?
It's the
He
top
was
9.
9th on my list. Anyway, we'll go
That's dumb.
Ashton Genty.
Ashton Genty is the runaway leader at plus
Would
260.
Tet be there? Tet McMillan?
Is that a question or an answer?
No, it's an answer.
It's an answer.
Stop
Tet
wasting
McMillan.
time. Thank
Tet
you.
McMillan is number 6.
Damn
Cam
it.
Ward is number
That's what I was
2.
going to do. Give me another. What was the draft?
Chargers rookie running back.
There's no hints.
Nah, I don't even know.
help-
I literally don't know who
I'm
that
on her
is.
team.
I don't know who
Okay,
that
then
is.
pass.
Pass.
Omarion Hampton.
Omarion Hampton
Pass
is on
is
the
a-
list. He's number 3.
Pass is an X, though, right?
It is, yeah. So they have 1 strike.
They have 2 strikes. Molly's been wrong twice.
Okay, rude.
true.
I passed. Who?
That's your clue. What am I throwing?
Darts? Jackson Dart.
Jackson Dart is not on the list, guys. He's not a confirmed starter. Why would he be on the list?
I was looking at.
That's dumb.
He was on.
We
He was
pulled
on
the Pato
my
Sports
betting
book. What
sheet.
the hell?
My betting sheet.
Now, to be fair, I forgot they went back and forth. because I didn't expect Molly to bury you as much as she did there, Matt, when I set this line.
There's a lot of dead weight.
So let Matt, just for a second, let Matt cook first and see if he can throw some more out there.
He gave me 2 wrong answers, you guys. What are you talking about?
Well, again, I looked at it and I had Matthew Golden at number 9 on my
you had to do
the
the
sheet that I
pass.
saw.
Clearly, you weren't looking at ESPN Bet.
I wasn't. I was looking at just a standard across the board.
Okay, so give it to us.
Let's see, the other wide receiver that was taken early.
Micah and Ted.
It's not a wide receiver.
No, it's
Is
not
Coastal
wide receiver.
Loveland on the list?
That's who I was thinking of too, but I couldn't remember his name.
No, Tyler Warren might be, though.
Tyler Warren is tied for 10th, so he's not top 9 either.
Tyler Shuck.
Tyler Shuck is number 9 on the list.
Get out of here!
Oh, because New Orleans got no quarterback, right?
Yeah.
He's down
That's
in New Orleans.
unreal.
He's the only rookie quarterback who's confirmed to be a starter other than Cam Ward.
That is
Interesting.
unreal.
Yeah, because there's like New Orleans guys saying that he's like the worst quarterback they've ever seen.
Yeah, he's apparently atrocious. Like, he's not going to last more than 3 weeks.
Atrocious?
Atrocious.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I think I would have busted on mine too, so I don't think this was that far off. Who are the other ones that I'm
Number
blanking
4 on the list at plus 1,000 is Travis Hunter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, we literally
Come on. Say that one.
just talked about him.
I didn't believe
The
him.
first
That's why I
overall
didn't say it.
Or second, third overall pick, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, second overall pick.
Wow.
And then another
Trayvon
running
Henderson.
back, I believe he was taken after Amarion Hampton, but Travion Henderson was number 5. And then you guys got Tet McMillan and Mecca Ibuka. Tyler Shuck was number 9.
RJ Harvey on that list?
RJ Harvey was number 8. He'd be a real sleeper.
Who's that?
He's the starting running back for the Broncos.
Oh.
Yeah,
I got him in a dynasty league.
There you
Who's
go.
the Chargers one that you were thinking
Omarion
of?
Hampton.
Oh, okay.
He got
Gotcha.
Amarion, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, Matthew Golden, not in the top 9. There were 6 guys tied for 10th, which is why I excluded them.
Ah.
Yeah, all at plus 2,500.
I think you were
per
just trying to
ESPN.
juice me out of a packer.
I set that.
A
I
little
set
bit.
that line at 7.5.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well,
Rough.
Matt
Sorry to
looked at it
whoever
half
took
an
the
hour
over.
ago.
Whoever
I
got
did,
the
I know,
over.
but apparently the list wasn't accurate because it had Jackson Dart in the top 10. It had Matthew Golden in the top 10 or
That
in the
just
top
teaches
9.
you a lesson of like use ESPN.
There you
Matt.
go.
If we're gonna do any
ESPN bet.
lists that are modern, we're gonna use ESPN.
Yeah, fair enough.
Tyler Shuck. Unreal. I was going to
That's
say that name, and then I was like,
What
no,
the
he
shuck?
stinks.
Tyler Shuck. Crap. We gotta get out. We gotta do Ryan. A little clock management on the air. Am I going to break and then coming back doing it? Throwing stones or
Throwing stones on the other side.
All right, it's Jim Matt and Molly presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I think we asked Jim, would you potentially have your wife on Jim, Matt, and Molly? That's what we wanted to ask you.
If she wanted to, I don't care. I mean, for an interview, she's looking at me right now. I mean, I'm sure we could be open to an interview sometime.
We could bring her
In
on
honor
now.
of Taylor Swift joining she rolled her eyes at me like my 12-year-old does, so I don't know.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Medicine on YouTube.
Hey, Matt Hamilton here to tell you about the delicious Odyssey Brands, a family-owned company crafting award-winning cheese right here in Wisconsin for over 4 generations. Made with locally sourced milk, Odyssey brings bold, Greek-style flavors straight to your table. From savory, crumbly feta to rich and creamy Greek yogurt, every bite is a taste of tradition and quality. You can find Odyssey products at most major retailers nationwide and online. Odyssey, crafted in Wisconsin, loved everywhere, dairy done right.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973, and they're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether it's the sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none and has exactly what you're looking for. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and check out the all-new 2024 Honda Prologue, Honda's first all-electric SUV, or browse their selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
College students, are you looking to make your campus living more comfortable, functional, and fashionable this year? Let IKEA help. From innovative storage solutions and furniture to maximize your space, to fashionable bedding and accessories to make it uniquely yours, IKEA is helping make college living truly inspired by you. And now, qualified college students can save even more with 15% off their IKEA purchase when they sign up for IKEA Family for free. Visit IKEA Oak Creek, IKEA Schaumburg, or check out the Ready for College section on IKEA.com/US to learn more.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Hey, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. Build a customized renter's policy with American Family Insurance so you can protect your tandem bike on the go. Thief! Oh, he is struggling with that two-seater. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Some exclusions may apply. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, this is Jeff Levering with the Brewers Radio Network, and I've got a question for you. Is your home ready to shine this season? Whether it's roofing, siding, or windows, Ridgetop Exteriors is the name you can trust. For over 20 years, Ridgetop Exteriors has been Wisconsin's favorite for roofing, and they bring that same expertise to siding and windows. Imagine vibrant, low-maintenance siding and energy-efficient windows that brighten your home while cutting energy costs. Ridgetop Exteriors holds all expert-level installation credentials with the leading manufacturers, including Pella, James Hardy Fiber Cement Siding, and LP Smart Side Engineered Wood Siding. With thousands of 5-star reviews and a commitment to excellence, they're the clear choice for home improvement needs. Plus, consultations and estimates are always free, so there's no reason to wait. Call Ridgetop Exteriors today or visit ridgetopexteriors.com to schedule your free consultation. Ridgetop Exteriors, putting customers first every time.
Ridgetop Exteriors is the place for you.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
Excited to tell you about Madison College. That's where I went to school before I transferred over to UW. Madison College gives you over 200 programs to choose from across 11 areas of study. That includes associate's degree, which is what I got, technical diplomas, certificates, and even apprenticeships. The best part, it's the lowest cost per credit tuition in the region. More than 100 programs are fully eligible for financial aid, including Pell Grants. So whether you're starting fresh or building on your skills, you can do it affordably at Madison College. Start your path at madisoncollege.edu.
She's Molly Brown. I am Jim Rutledge. I am at the Tundra Trio. I am going out to, I won't say where, but I think you figured out I'm going to eat inside Lambeau Field. So if you know, you know. That's where I'm going to go.
Felt like Green Bay to me.
I went with the ambiance side of things, that maybe it'll be overpriced for the quality of the food. I don't know. But what I do know is if people, when in Rome, they're sports fans, I'm going to bring them to Lambeau.
Are they Titans fans? If they're from Tennessee, right? That's where you said they're from?
They're more college football fans. Ole Miss, actually, because that's where at least the son went to. So I would imagine they're both Ole Miss. If wherever my kids go to college, I will also be a fan of those, of that school. So if I'm cutting checks to it. I don't know. I would say, be honest, well, let's get to Stones, and I'll tell you where I think I want the girls to go to school.
FAU.
Some takes are cooler than
I don't
others.
like the tone.
You know this kid is as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Some opinions are just cooler than the rest.
Now what's cooler than being cool? Ice cold.
And if you keep it chill, then it's a cold take.
Chill out. I'm chill. I'm chill as a cucumber, man.
I'm always the coldest.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's chillest Kia dealership.
First of all, don't forget to be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. That's where millions of dollars are won every single week in the Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. And I need to be a winner. I would say for me, and it's only because I want the girls to get away for a little bit. I don't want them to go to Minnesota. But I do think if we live in Oregon, Wisconsin, and they go to Madison, is that really going away to college? So my perfect is Northwestern. I have family that went to Northwestern.
Chicago. You can double up a weekend. You can go to a Bears game.
Exactly. It's a beautiful, where the football stadium is and where it's being rebuilt is beautiful. Their facility down there is awesome. It's an amazing campus. It's pricey,
Yeah.
So they better keep their grades where they're at, which is very high. But that would be like, I love Madison, but if they live in Oregon, I would accept. Maybe they don't want to go to UW Madison. What about you two? If you had Molly, where do you want? Dream for the little ones.
Well, I love Madison College as a great option, number one.
Yes,
number two, we actually just went to U of A, University of Arizona, to tour just for fun a little bit, but that was a beautiful campus, and it was totally different than Wisconsin. So that was a cool choice for sure.
Matt, you got a dream college if you were kids to go to?
I haven't really given it much thought. Let's say Hawaii so I could go there.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, that's a good choice. We'll be back
Great
on tomorrow
football.
at noon tomorrow because the Brewers play.
Oh, yeah.
See ya.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed